This picture shows how I've wired the HP60 for effective monitoring, which gives enough flexibility and can be easily modified based on requests from musicians, wherever they may be in the studio. It also shows where you monitor the send levels from the front of the Studiolive mixer. The red shows that the control room mix is being sent from the mixer to the stereo input A on the HP60. This enables musicians to play along with the overall mix. A mono signal is sent from the Studiolive aux1 to the mono input B on the HP60. This is represented in green. The click is being sent from the DAW via firewire return to channel 16 on the Studiolive. Assigning a significant amount of the channel 16 click signal to aux1's mix on the Studiolive will enable the signal to then be passed on to the HP60. I have only drawn how one of the aux sends has been wired. However, channels 2, 3, 4 and 5 are all wired up this way. Channel 6 on the HP60 has only been sent the main mix, and channel 1 is not connected because aux1 on the Studiolive is being used to send the click track to input B on the HP60. Utilising the leftover aux sends enables me to play to the strengths of the Studiolive and gives me yet another option to play with. When musicians are tracking together, they may only want to hear certain instruments. For example, a bassist may want to hear more drums, particularly the kick and snare, and less vocals, but just enough to know where they are in the song. The aux sends are plugged into the stereo external input on the back of the HP60 and controlled from the front panel. On the Studiolive, you can hit the mix button for the aux send you want to use and assign how much of each signal you want from each instrument. This allows for a very customized mix. You can also EQ and compress each aux send, and you can also mix this external input mix with the existing mix of the A and B inputs. As you can see in this clip, the main volume level from the CR out from the back of the Studiolive is controlled by the input A knob on the front of the HP60. The click, which has been sent to channel 16 on the Studiolive from the DAW, in this case it's Cubase, is then sent via the aux1 on the mixer to input B on the HP60, and therefore the volume is controlled by the input B knob on the front of the HP60, just like input A is. You can send as much or as little of each signal to the 6 headphone amps. You can also control the talkback mic from the front of the HP60. I tend to use the talkback mic plugged into the HP60 due to convenience. I don't have to move my hand far to control it. It's quick and easy. To talk to any musician wearing headphones, you hold down the talk button on the front of the HP60. All headphone outputs on channels 2, 3, 4 and 5 are plugged into the stereo out on the back of the HP60. However, all headphone outputs can be accessed from the front as well. This allows the producer to plug into a headphone mix and listen to it along with the musician. This makes it easy to make any necessary changes musicians may want, particularly if a musician is having trouble explaining what they want. You can tune in and offer suggestions, rather than guessing what they are looking for. There is a master level knob for each headphone output. This is an example of how you can mix the A and B signals for each headphone output. You can hear the audio directly from the headphones, which are plugged into channel 4 of the HP60. This clip shows how easy it is to set up the headphone channel and how efficient it is to find and plug in the correct leads when they are color coordinated. In this case, the headphone output had white above it, and the end of the headphone extension lead was also white, making it very clear where I had to plug the headphones into. Here you can see how I have coloured matched the aux channels and headphone outputs. The headphone extension leads are also marked with the same colours. In this clip, you can see me setting up the aux mixers. Each aux output contains a mix button. Once pressed, it will show you the level you have assigned for each channel. They also contain a select button, which you press and have access to the entire dark blue section of the mixer to help manipulate the signal if necessary. Presoners refer to this as the fat channel. This is where you can compress, add gain, add a high pass filter, EQ, etc. to the signal. The output level is also located here. The more you turn up the dial on each channel, the more you will hear that particular instrument. On this channel I'm demonstrating on, I already have channel 16 turned up because this is the click track channel which I'm sending to the input B on the HP60 via aux1 on the Studiolive. Here I'm demonstrating how you can set the mix using different drum channels. When setting a mix, you might not send every drum channel, just the key sounds to help other musicians keep in time. However, this is dependent on what the musician wants. By linking two mixers, I have access to 32 channels I can assign to each aux mix. Once I'm happy with the overall mix, I move to the HP60 and set the desired output level from there. You can also mix this into the existing A and B input mix.